going to put these back on because you know me, in the sunlight. So yeah, right now we're filming at Newnham-on-Severn, and if anybody's wondering, well, where are the NLP tips and tools, they will be coming. I've just been so incredibly busy recently, but as promised, the update on how the month has gone since the second lot of what was the motivational challenge, now motivational mindset. I'm pleased the way this month has gone. I feel that I've got more focus, more direction in where I'm going, and I'm pretty excited with now my mindset where I can go. I've certainly had more opportunities come my way. Each month that goes by, each day, each year, you get more feedback, and you know the right steps to take, and you know the wrong steps to take. I've certainly got more clarity on which way I'm going now. I've had some good opportunities come my way, particularly in the video work side of things, and I've also had a few disappointments, and those disappointments you can just learn from and move forward. I think that one of the mistakes I made before, but then again there is no such thing as failure, only feedback, is that I became so focused on this is my goal, this is my direction I have to take, which is really a very good thing to have, than rather have no plans, because as I said before in a previous video, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, and I think that's very true. However, sometimes I could get a bit like tunnel vision, so you'd just be thinking, this is the direction I'm going to take, this is the way I'm going to go, and missing other opportunities around. Now, I have said, and I still stick by 100% what I say, whereas if you want to set fire to a piece of paper, you've got to get that focus just right, and if it's not focused, you're not going to set fire to the piece of paper. When you have the sun's rays that comes through and goes through a magnifying glass. However, I think that sometimes you just need to think of it like there's several layers of paper to get through, and then just step back and have a look around you, see if there's other opportunities and things like that around that will help you. I know that my goal list was to do NLP, my talks, my hypnotherapy, so that I could be able to travel and give talks to places and see wonderful people, whereas this video work which is coming through now will allow me to hopefully travel and see those different people. I think that if that happens for me, that would be absolutely wonderful. I'm pleased I haven't really advertised it yet, and that's the new thing that I'm adding in, is that I'm going to start advertising for my video work, because I've been getting a good amount just through word of mouth. And anybody watching this right now, don't worry, I'm not going to be stopping doing the NLP stuff. It's just another added thing which will be very good to my career. And the great thing about it as well is that the work that I've been doing seemed to be drawn towards, most of it, about 90% of it, personal development or spiritual matters. So that means that I continue doing the work and spreading the stuff that I believe in also a different way, as well as me coaching people and me doing my workshops and talks. Well, with the video work, I've had a couple of disappointments. I've had disappointments going back quite a long way before, which I've spoken to a couple of times on these videos, but when I wanted to be a DJ and people say, oh, I can get you into this nightclub, Kinky Malinky, and the other one, Miss Moneypennies, has been mentioned to me in the past when I used to do it, and despite chasing it up, I ended up getting disappointment. Exactly the same thing has happened with one. Could have been a really good opportunity with the video work, and it didn't bear fruit, and the person decided to go down a completely different route. Yes, I have been seeing a dietitian, and the work has been going very well. People have actually commented on how much my skin is looking better, I'm glowing. People see there's new life in me around my eyes. There we go. And I feel that it's been a positive step forward. There's been a lot I've had to cut out of my diet for the time being, but the lessons I learned, I think, from the point when I reintroduce foods, that I'll stick to it about 90% of the time. It will just mean that I can go out and enjoy a meal without saying I can't have yeast, I can't have dairy products, I can't have gluten. And also as well, I've lost a bit of weight, which has been a good thing. Not that I particularly really needed it, but I was starting to notice my jawline go a little bit and a little bit of a beer belly. I've dropped an entire stone, which has been a good thing, and also as well my trouser size has gone down from 34 to a 32, so I'm happy with that. One of the things I'm going to do in the coming year is to continue more what I'm doing, learn by feedback. The worst thing you can do is to think to yourself, well, I'm just going to continue doing this because it's what I think. Each one of us gets feedback, and I'm listening to that feedback. I'm seeing what works, what doesn't work. I'm still writing my book, and I've got more of a structure down now for it of how I want to go, rather than it just kind of coming stage at a time. So I can sort of see that growing. Also as well, I've been deciding to practice talks. I've got a talk coming up soon, which will be really fun to do and enjoyable. But to just have them ready, and instead of waiting people to come to me, I'm going to actually go out to other people and make inquiries, and not just look for people to book me and hire the venue and stuff like that, maybe actually look into doing things like that myself. The video work, I'm very pleased the way that's going, and there's more opportunities. So as I said earlier, I'm going to advertise myself, and also as well just to push what I can do within the video work. I'm going to go and do a couple of videos, maybe music type videos, and just shoot in different styles so that I can put a show reel together so people can get to know all the different styles that I do, rather than just the more small business head and shoulders, quite simple editing stuff that I can do. And one of the things that I've already done, which isn't the future but will be out at some point soon, I went and interviewed a load of professional pool players, and I think that'll be a wonderful opportunity to try a few different editing techniques so I can go out and promote that. And that's also as well as the good thing as well is that by doing these things I'm making contacts all the time. So not everything's always 100% positive and rosy. I think one of the things I've come to notice is that I've missed seeing friends because I've been so dedicated to going down the route of my own business. Now, it doesn't mean that I haven't actually been seeing any friends, but they've just been few and far between, and it can get rather lonely sometimes, because it's not like when you go into work and you see, like in a normal work situation where you're seeing the same team of people all the time. So also the other thing is as well is that I realise that when you run your own business, that it takes time to build it up properly, and that you have to make certain sacrifices, like not going for nights out all the time, and maybe not being able to afford going on holiday like a lot of my other friends are and what they are doing. But I think that it's important to have that human connection. So there's a lot more cheaper or free alternatives that I can do, but it's just nice to go and see a friend, shake their hand, say how you're doing, and just taking time out where you're not just thinking about one thing all the time. But there has to be that balance. It has to be that you wish to go ahead and do this because you want to start your own business, you want to start your own career, and that's what I want to do. So making sure that my time with the friends complement, rather than that I'm doing too much of one and too little of the other. It's got to be that balancing act. A little bit like the justice, you know, with the weighing scales, but not like justice, just the good work and playtime balance all of us should have. I think anybody that wants to go and start their own business, whether it's a little part-time business or whether it's full-time, it's hard work. And I was lucky enough to go ahead and see a talk recently about Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey, and I recommend everyone look into that, because it is something that really does resonate with me. And Joseph Campbell said, follow your bliss, and I've always just heard it as follow your bliss. However, the speaker, Will Gethin, went and said that later on Joseph Campbell changed this to follow your blisters. And when you go for your goals, it's not going to always be easy, and you're going to get knocked down, you're going to feel hurt at times. But if you have that passion, that drive to go out and be able to do it, despite what anybody thinks of you, then you know you're on the right path, and just keep on with it. So this is a beautiful river, Severn, behind me, and I'm at Newnham. I came here a few months ago and filmed the Severn Bore, so I'm going to get a couple of shots now, and then later on, just at the end of the video, I'm going to just put the Severn Bore with all the surfers, because if you haven't seen the Severn Bore and you live local to Gloucestershire, the Forest, do come down and see it, because it is one of those phenomena that is just really worth seeing. And a couple of you might be thinking, what on earth is the Severn Bore? So that is that twice a day, most days, the tide surges up this river, creating just a continuous soliton wave, I think it's called, that goes along, and surfers can surf it for absolute miles. So I'll add that in, and hopefully you'll enjoy it, and I hope you found this video useful. And if anybody thinks this ball looks a bit small, it was only a 3-star.